I came to work at 2 Men in a Truck about 16 years ago. I joined in an entry-level position, and then I kind of eventually worked my way up. I moved into a position where I helped examine and evaluate new business concepts and to see if they would work in our business model. I eventually moved into an HR position. We didn't have HR before, so I kind of took that on. There were several positions along the way, but eventually became a franchise HR manager and then HR director, and now my new position. I'll probably be able to bring a different perspective to the executive level, but I don't feel like women have ever been underrepresented or their opinions weren't valued or taken into consideration. I actually came from predominantly male-dominated industries before I came here, so I was in aviation and then commercial construction. So when I came to 2 Men in a Truck, it was actually more representation for women than any industry I'd ever been in before. The founder was a woman, the president at the time was a woman. There were all of these successful female franchisees across the country. So I don't really feel like it's this big shift. We've got a great executive team, even though the rest of the team is men. They're great men, and I don't think that it's really going to change that much. People always ask in job interviews what I like about working at 2 Men in a Truck, and my answer has always been the same. It's opportunities. Opportunities for advancement, opportunities to be promoted within the company, opportunities to become a franchise owner. But then there's also these opportunities to be a part of things you've never been a part of, or help launch a new service, or move a franchise into a new state that's never been there before, or opportunities to travel to places you've never been, or be a part of executive meetings that maybe as an entry-level employee you might not typically be a part of, opportunities to learn new things. It's just, I mean, I know it's kind of an overused word, but I think that's the truth about the company, which is what makes it really unique. I think people come into a position and they know a lot about either their role or their industry, but there's always an opportunity to learn. So don't get comfortable that, hey, I know it all. My advice would be to be the person in the meeting when somebody says, hey, what's the number on this? Or how many customers do we have who do that? Be the one who knows the answer to that. That doesn't mean you have to know it all, but you're learning enough to be recognized as someone who is interested and engaged and is willing to kind of get out of their comfort zone. One of my big goals for this position is to bring consistency across the 2 Men in a Truck system to the employee experience. So there are, oh my gosh, all these amazing stories about working at 2 Men in a Truck, and we read about them online, and the franchise employees tell us about them, and I want that to happen at every location. And it's not easy to do because every location's different, and there's different managers and different owners and different customers and different challenges, but this is a special place for a reason, and I want to make sure that every franchise is a special place for every employee. I feel like a lot of companies talk about how this, their company is a family, or the people that they work with are a family. And I'm sure that's true there, but when I think about it personally, for me, first of all, I actually have family in the company. So I have franchisees who are family and managers. My children have worked here in positions, or worked at 2 Men in a Truck, either as a mover or a customer service rep. But I think about, like, when I look around how much the company has impacted me, I think about, like, I'm sitting in the spot where I met my husband, and I can look out that door and picture my 3-year-old daughter walking in to come see me on a lunch hour. This company is family, and it sounds cheesy and overused, but it really is, and I hope people recognize how special that is. And maybe it's just that way for me, but I don't think that's the truth. I think it's the way it is for a lot of people.